familiar tune of Darling Clementine, in November we remember all the good things that God gives, will be sung every week this month by the Cathedral's Diddy Disciples, our Friday morning service for babies and toddlers. November is a season of remembrance. At All Souls we remembered earlier this week those whom we have loved and who have died. This week too, Hindu friends will be celebrating Diwali and remembering how light shines in the darkness. Whilst towards the end of November, Jewish communities will celebrate Hanukkah and will retell the story of the temple lamp, when enough oil to last just one day miraculously kept the lamps alight for 8 days. From my school days, remember the 5th of November and the history of the 1605 gunpowder plot is embedded in my memory, reminding me of the impact of power and politics. Whilst there will be many people in Suffolk with connections to the USA who will reflect on their history at Thanksgiving, poppies too are beginning to appear, I've noticed, in preparation for remembrance services when communities will fall silent and will remember the impact of conflict. And in the church, of course, November begins the approach to Advent that will mark the end of the church year. So it's perhaps not unusual when end times are near to look back and to remember. The recent and early death of someone I remember, having been diagnosed with dementia at an unspeakably young age, reminds me that for some, including those who have lived through trauma, remembering can become almost impossible. I'm grateful then that remembrance is a community, a corporate undertaking when a body of people gather with the intent to remember. That requires me as an individual to hear and to treasure memories, not just my own memories either. And sometimes that's challenging, especially when I've come to realise that memories and stories that I have long cherished have not been universally understood or experienced in the same way by others. This may mean me taking action or making changes in my life because I've gained fresh insight or wisdom or perhaps skills that have reordered my understanding of family, of faith, of history, of our common humanity, and in new and better ways. So November then is our annual reminder to remember, and we need to be reminded often. For though God is faithful, I think we are quite forgetful. Remembering is holy and healing work. Remembering with others, for others, and being changed because of remembrance is why we do this in remembrance of me in our services of Holy Communion. So tell me or others around you, if you like, how you get on remembering. I hope that this time of remembrance becomes a precious and transformational time for us all.